Today I'll be reviewing DC Universe Classics Wave 12, Figure 6 now, Mary Batson. Now, Mary Batson looks like a pretty good figure from this wave. It was actually the cheapest one I got in this wave. I picked this girl up for $6, so that's a wicked deal for a figure, especially DC, of this scale. So, she comes with the, she comes with the body of Darkseid, a button, and of her cousin, or brother actually, twin brother fighting Superman, so that's pretty cool. On the bottom it comes with a little tag here, which wasn't there originally, that's just where I bought it from. Where did I buy this from? I bought it online through Amazon, but I don't know. Okay. But, of course, it's the red suited Mary Batson. I'm probably going to buy all the variants from this wave, because the other variants, I think it's $8 to buy this person in variant, and $10 to buy Spectre, so I think that'd be pretty cool to have all the figures and in variant form. So, let's get on to the box. Okay, so the side is the plain yellow version, of course, of the DC Universe Classics, of course, 75 years of superpowers logo, standard DC Universe Classics logo across top, and on the side you can see all the various characters from all the series, and 5-packs, and 2-packs, and 3-packs, and whatever packs, and whatever. But let's go on to the back. The back of the box, sorry. Probably back you guys up quick. Another nice picture of Mary Batson there. And her biography, which I'll read you quick. Sister of Billy Batson, Mary was raised by a wealthy family in Fawcett City, reuniting with Billy years later when her adoptive parents were kidnapped by the villain Ibeck. To save them, Mary, like her brother, was granted the miraculous powers by the wizard Shazam, thus transforming her into a slightly older, superpowered version of herself with the same abilities as Billy. Following the rescue, Mary continued to use her powers alongside Shazam as defenders of Fawcett City. And by Shazam, they mean Captain Marvel, which I don't know why they didn't just call him Shazam, because they called the wizard Shazam earlier, so that's kind of a mix-up, because Shazam never does anything but sits on his throne and yells at Billy, and liked Billy originally, but now Shazam, they're talking about Captain Marvel, and it doesn't make any sense. First appearance, Captain Marvel Adventures number 18, December 1942. Real name Mary Batson. Occupation student. Base of operations Fawcett City. Special abilities: the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles. I'm not really good with these Greek god names, and the speed of Mercury. Other figures in this wave: Eclipso, Spectre, Copperhead, Dr. Midnight, Sod, Mary Batson, and Iron, who I'm actually really excited for Iron. When I first seen this wave, him to Sod and Copperhead looked like the ones that would disappoint me the most, but I don't know. I just really like how he looks in box. And they all make Darkseid, who I'm excited most for. Now, let's flip this person back around, and you can see one more time her in box. It says DC Universe Classics and all that good stuff. So let's get her out of box. Now here's Mary Batson out of the box, and first off, I'll show you the piece she comes with, or the button she comes with. Sorry, it comes with her brother Billy Batson fighting Superman, and on the bottom you can see Green Lantern, Flash, and Wonder Woman. Pretty cool button, another standard button I'll throw off to the side until I throw it in my little button collection, I guess, which I usually get from conventions, so I kind of have a collection of those. Now, I'm not going to completely assemble Darkseid because I don't want to take the time out of her review, but I'll show you pretty much a taste of what it'll look like in the end. Oops. Swing up the arms. Snap in the arm. Little tight. And snap in the other arm, a little tight. I don't know if this is supposed to come off or not, but if it wasn't, it came in super loose glue, and I don't mind because it fits back on really easily. So it just fits on back there. I'll show you that in more detail at the review, but just showing you that. So I'm pretty excited to get this guy done overall, guys, and we'll check that guy out later. So let's get back to Mary Batson. Mary Batson is quite the nice figure, in my opinion. I heard people who completely wailed on this figure, and here's why I disagree with them. These are all my opinions. If you disagree, that's fine. I don't care. The face sculpt. Everyone said it looks a bit older, and, well, she is a teenager, and I admit that looks a bit, like, old and new. It's kind of creepy, actually. But that's how it looked in the 40s, pretty much exactly. So if you want a 40s Mary Batson like I do, this is the figure for you, in my opinion. And then on the back you can see the hair is quite nice. It's one of the better hair sculpts. Most of them are just kind of whipped on there, not much to see because they're usually not used too much. But this one has nice highlights, very kind of realistic. They have the hair going all through. Now, the sacrifice here are no, like, real abdomen crunches, and she's always kind of, like, in this type of, I'm kind of super girlish pose, but that's exactly how I wanted her. I'll fiddle with poses later, but you can just see, it looks like she's wearing a real shirt. The sleeves look good. The little skirt looks good. The only downside, really, is she feels really fragile, and she has, like, she loses probably 8 points of articulation, or even if it's not lost, it's kind of really hindered, so that's kind of those losses. But you can see, like, the zipper that goes all the way down. I don't quite know what those are for, but it still looks cool anyways. And here's one of my favorite parts of the figure, the cape. Now, the cape goes back, and it kind of, like, flies in the background. It's kind of, like, flying away like she's in the wind. Now, most people would say, well, I want a cape that's sitting down. And another nice thing about it is, in a lot of the 40s covers, she'd be standing with her arms like this, kind of all happy by her brother, and the cape would be flowing in the background. And that's how I want to pose her. Now, of course, her paint apps are also really nice, but I'll get onto those in a second. But the cape has the little design in there, the Captain Marvel design, raised and lowered in some areas, so it kind of feels like stitching, and then it has all the little bronze buttons, and it's kind of a mustard color. It looks a lot brighter on camera, and the nice little whitish shade on there, but pretty nice there. Also, the little gold dots there. The paint, they used gold, which, this is the gold I would have liked if they used on Dr. Midnight, in his kind of, like, his zipper down the middle or something. Or not his zipper, but, like, his little moon emblems. But anyway, I think the skin tone they picked was dead on for her. A lot of the red is solid, which is fine, because it kind of self-shades, because the more you sculpt it, the more it's going to self-shade itself, and it's a more realistic shade, like because they don't know how your area is lighted, so if it's shaded, like, right under her nose, but you have lights coming from all areas, it just looks a bit awkward. This self-shades itself, so that's really nice, which most figures do. And like Marvel Legends, I like their shading. It's just a matter of preference, really. I actually kind of prefer these less, they kind of shade themselves figures. But let's get on to her articulation. Her head is hindered a lot, but it can go left and right and up and down. But I just kind of put it to this side pose, which it can do nicely. One thing I actually don't like, I just noticed, or no, I was wrong. But never mind. Also, her arms swing up, twist at the upper arm, bend at the elbow, which kind of looks loose and fragile, which is what I don't like about this. Arm, hands joint, upper abdomen does a twist, but feels like it's going to break, which is another downside. Legs swing forward, back, and bend at the knee and bend at the foot. There's also an upper leg swivel. So a lot of the articulation's there, but some of the stuff that isn't hindered isn't there, so that's a bummer. Or that is there is hindered, sorry. But very nice. I don't know what to think about this, guys. If you're a huge fan of DC for their articulation, then probably you wouldn't pick this figure up. But I think it looks really good. People are like, it looks like an old woman, and I disagree. I think it looks just fine, personally. I don't know. So this is one of my longer reviews, guys. It's not a perfect figure, but I'm trying to defend the figure enough, because people really underblew this figure. Overall, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's definitely worth a pickup in my opinion, but if you're passing on figures in this wave, sadly, she's probably one to pass, but she's only $6 on Amazon, guys. So if you're building up your collection or you just bought the Black Adam Captain Marvel 2-pack, the first thing I'd be doing is running to Amazon and picking this up for $7. Great, or $6 actually. It's $5.59 if you have free Amazon shipping. You're getting this for like less than $6. So this is like a $5 figure. That's ridiculously cheap. Overall, good figure, and that's all for today, guys.